has been watching you, and whoever this person is went from like your biggest opposition, your biggest hater. This person had nothing but nasty things to say about you, just always had your name in their mouth. Anytime they had the opportunity to speak on you, that's what they did. It was like uncontrollable, okay? Like word vomit. If you ever seen Mean Girls, okay, that movie could be significant. But this person has now turned into like your biggest supporter or your biggest fan. This person is a fan of you now. And people may not know this, or some people do. So I'm getting two different scenarios. For some of y'all, the people around them are looking at them sideways, because it's like, weren't you just talking about him? Weren't you just talking about her? Didn't you say this about them? Didn't you say that? Whatever the case may be. But it's another group of y'all who this person is doing this in secret. They're secretly watching you, and they're secretly admiring your growth. So something just happened, or something's about to happen. You have glowed up in some type of way. You could have got back into the gym or something. Your body is looking really good. You could have just started a new skincare routine, so you're glowing in the face. You could have got a promotion. You could have, like, if you have like a platform, your platform could be going viral right now. You have gotten some type of recognition. You could have gotten recognition from a celebrity. You could actually be a celebrity or an influencer of some sort, and something big just happened to you. Maybe you just had like your business just did really well, or you were just on some major talk show. Something happened, or something's going to happen, where you had either one person hating on you, or you had a lot of haters. You had a lot of doubters. You had a lot of people who just were speaking ill on your name. And those same people, or that same person that was talking down on you, is all of a sudden like, oh yeah, I've been cool with her. That's my cousin. Or I've been cool with him. Like, that's the bro. And it's like, honey, no, I'm not. I'm not your bro. I'm not your sis. I'm not any of that. You're no kin of mine, because you were out here running your mouth about me. You were speaking down on me. You didn't think I was gonna win. You weren't with me when I was shooting in the gym. I be rhyming really good. But anywho, you weren't around me when I was grinding. You didn't support me. You didn't see the vision. So don't try to hop on the wave now. This is just given one of those situations where their tables are turning in somebody else's favor, and they're not turning in somebody else's favor. I think I said that right. But basically the tables are turning, and you were getting the last laugh. People had a lot to say about you, and it's like this one specific person. Like, again, you could be like a celebrity or an influencer, so you had a lot of haters. You had a lot of people who were speaking on you. But I'm also getting, for some of y'all, it's just one person. It's like one main person that had recruited other people to talk about you, and they were just like running their mouth about you and saying things about you that were not true, to feed their own ego and fuel their ego, and try to make sense of their own jealousy and hate and envy that they had for you. And the whole time they were exactly that, just jealous and envious, and they needed a reason not to like you. And I feel like a lot of people did. A lot of people needed a reason not to like you, because maybe you were somebody who was like a popular loner. Maybe you were standoffish. Maybe you were more so on the quiet side. Maybe you're not in the mix like that. Maybe you don't go out that much. Maybe you keep to yourself, or you have a small friend group, or you're just around your family. You don't have a lot of people around you, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It does not define you as a person. There are just some people in the world who don't like being in the mix. They don't like popping out all the time. They don't like having a lot of people around them. That does not mean that they're a bad person. It just means they are exclusive with their energy, and they protect their energy in peace. Okay, period. So whoever you are, I'm getting you are that type of person. Like, you protect your peace, you protect your energy. You're not in the mix. And people, you may also be very attractive. Okay, you may be attractive in your own right, and people looked at you and was like, okay, he thinks he's better than us, or she thinks she's better than us. And it's all because of looks. And it's so sad and so superficial and crazy that somebody will literally hate you because of how you look. They would want to destroy your life because of how you look. You would think that you would look at somebody who you find attractive and see the God in them. Like, God created her. God created him. That's a beautiful being. Like, God did his big one when he made him. God did his big one when he made her. You would think people would do that, but there's so many humans in the world they don't see their own beauty. They don't realize that they are beautiful. So they will look at somebody who is and just get so offended. They will get so offended by your beauty, like it's something that you can change. Like, you can't change the way God created you. Well, you can, we got surgery or whatever, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. Like, that's not something that you're doing. You're just being exactly who God created you to be, and you will go through a lot of misfortune for that, okay? But I always say this, and I said this on my other channel, my vlog channel, and some people didn't like it, but I don't care. I said there is no such thing as bad pretty privilege. Some people may disagree. you may feel like there is a downside to being an attractive man or attractive woman. I used to feel like that too, because I've been somebody, honey, I'm talking about my whole entire life. Family, friends, co-workers, you name it, significant others have hated me and targeted me just because of how I look. Okay, you better believe I understand how that feels. And I have received a lot of hate because of something that I cannot change. I cannot give you my looks, but I've still received hate because of it. But as I got older, I started to change my perception of that, and I just decided, okay, well, if I'm getting hated so much for doing nothing, like being plain Jane regular me, whether I dress it up or dress it down, people still have a problem with me, I must be doing something right. I must have a light in me. They must see the God in me. Like, there's nothing wrong with me, and I'm not going to look at it as a downside. And I know some of you are going to comment and try to list off like the bad side to pretty privilege, but a lot of the things that people list as downsides to pretty privilege are things that a lot of women specifically go through. Okay, so just be careful when you say certain things and say like, oh, this only happened to me because you're pretty. A lot of women go through a lot of the similar things, but again, that's just me. I do understand that perspective because I have lived it, and I understand that, but I'm choosing not to look at things like that anymore, and I'm choosing to look at things from a higher perspective because I'm not going to see a downside to my beauty, because this is something that God gave me. He blessed me with this, and there's nothing I can do to change it, or there's nothing anyone else can do to change it for that matter. I'm basically getting where this is a situation where you may be a very pretty girl, or you may be a very handsome man, okay? You may have been hated by your own mother because of it, your own father, your own siblings. Like, people really could have made your life hard because they felt like you being beautiful was just like, oh, she is so beautiful, or he is so handsome, like his life must be so easy, so I'm gonna make his life hard. Or I'm not gonna compliment her, I'm not gonna compliment him, because they probably get compliments all day long. Like, people who are really, really attractive don't have a certain life that y'all think they do, okay? It's on people who are attractive to decide to look at things from a higher perspective and decide like, I'm gonna own my beauty, I'm gonna claim my beauty, and it may not come with the best thing in the world, but you know what? I'm blessed, and people can see that, and that's why they're mad, okay? So, not to sound superficial, but that's the energy I'm getting, and I feel like somebody needed to hear that. I feel like you could even be one of those pretty girls who are like super kind. I had a client like this the other day, beautiful, but I had a good heart, and I told her the same thing. When you have a good heart and you're beautiful, people are gonna hate you, honey. And this goes for men too. Like, they expect you to be stuck up, and when they see your heart and they see that you're loving and kind, they consider that a weakness. Being loving and being kind is not a weakness. That is a superpower. The only people in this world who are weak are the people who are evil and vile and disgusting, nasty human beings, because it takes a lot more energy to be that type of person than it is to just be loving and just be godlike, okay? That does not make you weak. Saying that it makes you weak is basically like saying that God is weak, and we know God is not weak, okay? Because God is love, and love is the most powerful energy in the universe. So if you are acting out of love, you are stronger and wiser than somebody who is acting out of hatred, okay? So I don't know why this turned into like a whole sermon about looks, but I guess somebody needs to hear that. But that got off the original topic, the original message, which was whoever this person was who targeted you, and I feel like they targeted you because of your looks. You could be somebody that grew up very spoiled and privileged, so you could have had a lot. Like, you could have been one of those kids who got like a car when they turned 16, or like a super sweet 16, or just like your parents just were very well off and they spoiled you. You could be somebody like that, I feel like, but you're also very kind-hearted. You weren't like one of those people who grew up rich and were just nasty and just like out of touch. I feel like you were very down to earth, but you just happened to be wealthy, okay? And you know, like, you can't help that you were born into wealth and your family wants to give to you. I didn't have that experience, but I respect people who are born into that experience and still have a sense of humility and still are a little bit down to earth. And I feel like that's what you are. Like, you have something that this person does not have, is what I'm getting. And it's not even that they don't have it, it's that they can't accumulate it for themselves. They can't take it from you. Like, they can't take it from you, and they can't accumulate it for themselves. So it causes envy unnecessarily. But the cherry on top of the sundae is that you're kind-hearted, and again, you're down to earth. You may give off the girl next door type of vibe. Like, it's easier to say she's pretty, but she's actually mean and she's stuck stuck up. Like, people respect that a little bit more, but they can say something about that. But when you're smart and you're kind and you're attractive and you're successful and you just hit every box, they cannot find a flaw, even if you really have flaws, because everybody does, right? They can't find one though, and they have to make up flaws, which is why this person specifically went around and made up things about you, because they themselves felt like you were flawless. They themselves put you on a pedestal, and because they put you on a pedestal in their mind, it caused envy and jealousy, and they needed to create flaws about you. They needed to create lies about you, and that's what they went around and did. Now that the illusion is gone, and they understand, okay, this person has glowed up, or this person, even if you haven't glowed up, I feel like y'all are though. Like, honestly, I feel like y'all are elevating, evolving as you should. Something about you has changed, and you're even better than you were when they were hating on you. And it's like, now they can't really say too much. Like, what else is there to say? Because whatever they've been saying about you was already proven to be untrue, which made them look crazy. And it's kind of like, I can't beat them, so I'm just going to join in. I'm going to join in the fan club. I'm going to join in and be a fan of this person, okay? So, I don't know, y'all. This is like a really weird energy, but whoever you are like stopping traffic. You're breaking necks. You are evolving in a lot of different ways. It's not just about looks. Like, it's your energy, it's your aura. Like I said, your aura is aura-ring. Okay, you are evolving as you should. You are stepping into your god-like self, your goddess-like self, and people are noticing it. And even the people that don't like you and don't want to support you, they don't have a choice but to give you your props. They don't have a choice but to give you your flowers, because not only did you beat them at this imaginary game that they made up in their head, not only are you beating them at life because they're miserable to even go out here and do something like this to somebody who wasn't bothering them, but you are still down to earth. And that's the biggest thing of it all. You may have just got like a brand new whip, like a nice one. I'm getting like Maseratis, Porsches, like something luxury, okay? So whoever you are, shout out to you. You may have just got like a luxury vehicle, or you may have just bought a house. Like, you just did something big, honey. I don't know what it is, but you did something big, or you're about to get something big. Or I even see somebody getting proposed to and you got a fat diamond ring. And it's not even that it's like shout out to the woman. I feel like whoever the man is, I feel like a man, you may have just purchased a fat diamond ring for somebody or something, and it's like kudos to you, okay? Because people don't understand, like, when you see a woman with a ring on her finger, they're gonna think about who gave her that ring. Like, so it's not just about the woman. It's like, okay, men usually when they buy diamond rings for their lady, it's a reflection of them, okay? So they're not just buying her dream ring. They're also making sure that ring is a reflection of who they are as a husband, and making sure that, okay, when you see that fat rock on her finger, just know that's me. Like, I did that, okay? So, and don't feel bad if you, like, you couldn't get your wife her dream ring yet, or whatever the case may be. That doesn't matter. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there's some people in the world who can't afford certain things, and there's some people who can. So whoever I'm getting, this is a man who worked really, really hard, and he upgraded his wife's ring, or he just bought her an engagement ring, or whatever the case may be. I'm seeing it, so congratulations to you and your wifey, fiance, or whatever. But just know that you're doing excellent right now. You're doing amazing. You're really having people looking at you and looking up to you. Even if you don't feel like you've done enough, you have, okay? I promise you. And like I said in my last video, like, time is really gonna tell. You're gonna tell who is really being authentic, who's really evolving in this life, and who's not.